what happens if both of you loses their job, their contract at the same time, and now you are left with no income to cover your bills, your mortgage, and then you just accumulating debt. So this video is what happened when you become broke at 50, when you had plan of this life where at 50 you should now enjoy the fruit of your hard labor, and you now find yourself without any income and have to live out of your savings for 2 years because it's just difficult to find a contract, a job at 50. This is what happened to us. For me, it has been a blessing in disguise. It's very important to take that opportunity that life gives you. Yes, it's tough financially, but you should also take that opportunity to be present in your life, to hear what life is telling you, to learn the lessons that you need to learn. I'm talking about using the money with purpose for what is important, for the things that are important for our souls. And I think that's what this season is teaching us. For many of us, when we reach 50, we assume that we now have a career security and we're managing our debts, or we actually cleared our debts. That was my case. I had no debt for over 50 years. I had cleared all my debt. And both being unemployed had really created a lot of issue and building more debt to cope. And so it's something that a lot of people may not share, but it's really, really difficult when it comes to dealing with finances hurdles within your marriage. Life has a lot of curveballs to throw at us. When you feel you're safe, you up there. Guys, we were traveling. I'm going to be very transparent again with you. We were traveling business. We were just enjoying life because we had a good income coming. Life was good. Business lounge, holidays here, holidays there, until life threw that curveball at us and we found ourselves tapping into the saving to be able to just pay the mortgage, pay the bills, pay just for living, food, expenses, transport, etc. And we have never thought we would be at that point because we knew we had it all sorted and covered, until suddenly we had not planned for what happened if we find ourselves without a job, without contract, because we have a business and contract aren't coming. Contracts started to dry a little bit with COVID. For a lot of us that happens, but it's never really recovered. For the industry, for the industry for which my husband and I were working. And with age as well, when contract was just flowing, it just has become more and more difficult to find a job, and leaving you wondering how you're gonna keep the head above the water. And this has been our reality for the last 2 years. And I was talking also with a few friends who are in similar situation where we had to take a significant pay cut because, well, we're now competing with our kids, like my daughter's 26, and the millennials who are today's the managers of a lot of companies. And it has become very tough for a lot of us. It's a reality that we are not prepared. So when it hits you, you're really not prepared about that. So yeah, I have a job now for the last, 6 months, but it's a significant pay cut. Barely pays the bills, but it's better than nothing. Create income. But when you're 50, you have to get creative to be able to find a job. When you both lose your job at the same time, it can take a toll on the relationship, on the marriage, because you have to change your habit, you have to change the way you used to live, you have to come back to basics and really stretch your pennies to make sure that they last. It forces us to communicate more, to be more intentional with money, to be more intentional with the way we're using our time. Always communication, of course. Talk about your fears with your partner. It's extremely important to support each other during this time, because for men they can feel invaluable. And I hope I made a good job at making my husband understand that he is still valuable today, because I know a lot of men, their value is so attached to their job that without a job they feel that they are worthless. So reassure your partner, communicate, and make them, remind them that they are valuable to you and their value is well above how much they're earning and their ability to earn money. Make a plan. You have to make some tough decision. We had to cut, as I say, a lot of our expenses. We had to we decided to downsize. So our house right now is on the market. So we're planning to go either where it's a lot cheaper in the north of England, maybe go back to France. We were on the point anyway to sell our house because we wanted to go back to France. That's a plan that we had for like the last 10 years. But this situation now just forced us to make that decision quicker. And so I think it's just life giving us the opportunity, a little push to, do what we wanted to do, but keep delaying, right? And one of the reasons why we want to go back to France as we're aging is because the healthcare is a lot better than in the UK. We are sure to have the best treatment there if and when something arises. So all of that is life really pushing us forward for a new start. That's the way I'm saying this. Take what is positive into that situation. It's often when there's a change, it's all for the best. It's, I don't know, part of life. I think it's part of growing as a human, to make these changes, right? Because we hang on things that are superficial, right? My husband has to tap into his passion that he put aside for a long time, which is trading, right? He's working on software to do automatic trading, and he has been doing it since I know him. That has always been one of his passions. So this period that we are in has forced him, actually gave him that opportunity to work on it and to actually trade daily, which he couldn't do before because he was working for someone else as a contractor. So yes, pay cut, yes, less money, but it gives us the opportunity to really do what we are doing. And for me, while I'm here on YouTube talking to you guys, right, there's a lot that we can do to create income. Ageism in the job market. It's having to compete, as I was saying, with younger people, employer feeling that we are less competitive on the market and less adaptable to all those new technologies, and very often too overqualified. I and my husband had to simplify our CV. And if you really want to, shift your career to adapt to the new reality, you can rebrand yourself, look for courses to refresh your knowledge, change your profile on LinkedIn, etc. My favorite one is to leverage your experiences. Guys, a lot of us have like 20, 30 years of experience. So we can create our own job. We can become consultant. We can become coach. We can create our own business. We can create our own platform. There's so much that we can have with that experience that we have and leverage that to create income. Remember that it's temporary. It's again another of this phase of life, and this too shall pass.